Welcome back to the only gay art gallery in the Middle East. I'm Erez Bialer, I'm your curator. And this is the Pan Art Gallery's winter space in Dizengoff Center. And tonight we are meeting with Yana Gorelick and Ben Hantkant. These are two of my most distinguished artists that are presenting here in this exhibition. Ben is doing multimedia and video art and photography, and he actually is award-winning. He won one of the awards of PLV Fest, the LGBT film festival in Tel Aviv. And Yana is skilled and very talented graphic designer and artist, an illustrator that does men in various forms, which I fell in love with. We met through Fresh Paint, the biggest art fair, the Art Basel of Israel, basically. I met her there in her booth with Olga Yerushalmi, and immediately I fell in love. So they are a part of this exhibition that is called Pan Central. Ladies first, so we're going to start with Yana, if that's okay with you, Ben. So, Yana, I wanted to, first of all, if you can tell me a little bit about yourself, where are you from, where did you grow up, when did you start painting or drawing?
I was drawing as long as I remember myself. But in some stage of my life, I always thought that artists are poor people, drunkards with a lot of orgies and, the messed up lives. And yes, that's what people think. Many people think about artists. So I didn't want to be slave. I want to be normal person. So I denied my art and I went and made a design degree. And even when my customers asked me to draw something for them, I would give it to other artists. So I didn't want to draw at all.
Were you afraid to become this romantic image?
No romantic, messed up. I see that my personal wardrobe, everybody has one and it's mine. And I didn't want to come out and to be myself. And I tried to be a normal person, another self. And I have to say, everything was great. I made a lot of money. I lived a good life. And it was very, very cool. But something happened, like always happens. And one night when my first child was little, and we went to a magical place in the woods, and I started drawing, and I couldn't stop. And it was so wonderful, and I started drawing between this and that, and drawing took more and more place in my life, and design a little bit more, and a little bit more less money, and I try to deny this as well. About 2 or 3 years ago, I realized that I have to decide. I have to choose. You can't sit לשבת על הגדר. And I need to go out. And that's how I started to give more and more place in my life to art. And yes, it's hard to be an artist.
And I have to ask, at what point did you start painting or drawing men? And how, what you have here in this exhibition, and this is a drawing that you made in pencil?
Watercolor.
Watercolor, yes. Yeah. And so this is not exactly a man, and it's not exactly a woman. It's just like this androgen creature with eyes. And it's very psychedelic, more psychedelic than the one we had last time in your last exhibition. But can you tell me a little bit about the creative process of creating such a painting? Where do you get the idea?
This is actually from the myth about the Argos, that he has a lot of eyes. But usually my process of drawing is that I don't know what will be. Here I knew a little bit because I wanted to draw a mythological creature, Argus, but mostly I don't know. And yes, I like to draw androgynes, and I like duality in everything. I like it. It's very interesting for me. And I draw a lot of faces, or 3, 4, 5 faces. And this is the watercolor. When I draw in watercolor, I work a lot on pencil. It takes more time to draw an image because I'm searching for an image, and I erase a lot. Till I find the perfect composition and the perfect habaa. I don't
Expression.
perfect expression. And at first I didn't know will he be sleeping or not. And then I thought that it was very interesting that he is sleeping, but actually his eyes are open. The eyes on his head. His pair of eyes are closed, but he's not sleeping. So it's so hard to be creature that never sleeps, never loses control. You always have to watch. It's like ADHD, and I have ADHD, so I always react. I'm
And
not sure that it's the answer you are looking for.
no, I'm not looking for any answers. I'm genuinely interested to know, your creative process when you decide to paint something. Like I know it's a working process. That the idea is, there's a little bit of a bud in the beginning, and then you start, and then it just, it accumulates. I present usually male art, and my clientele is mostly gay men, and like it's a gay culture gallery. And I wanted to ask you, as a woman, for you as a woman to present in a gay art gallery, how does it feel?
It feels wonderful. Yes, it feels wonderful.
Did you get any reactions?
I don't know. First of all, as more as I think about gay art, LGBT stuff, about my wardrobes, I think it's all about courage, about being true to yourself. And everybody has different directions, and everybody different fears, but we're all human. And I think that it's something very interesting that I don't. Yes, I feel privileged to be with gay art, being a straight woman, and it's one way to show my support and my love. But I think above all, we are all human beings with our Edgarim,
Yeah, a challenge.
our
A challenge.
challenges, and as I think that we are exploring our worlds, and I'm sharing the world that I don't know as much as other world. So for me, it's a huge opportunity to understand more and to be together.
This one presented in the previous exhibition in Ghana Ear. And here we can see a man,
Definitely.
obviously. But I wanted to know, when you paint like this, how do you know it's finished? There's so many, you do the lines, and like, how do you know it's finished?
It has its energy. And like I always search for the center of energy. And in his man, when I found the center of an energy, I understand that I made it. So I, make few finishes, but I feel it with my stomach. I feel it. I feel where the energy is stored in this picture.
What do you see next? What is next for you?
In what I work on.
Yeah, no, in your creative life as an artist.
I came back to clay, yes, and I'm sculpting, and I want to merge new materials. But I'm drawing in watercolor and drawing in ink pen and pencils. I dream to draw large paintings.
Well,
Large.
size does matter, of course.
Yes, it's a lie. It always matters.
And we
But
would like to see big sculptures.
not sculptures, but drawing, because the energy of the hand, like when I draw small things, I'm still in my wardrobe. And when I paint large things, I have to be more vulnerable. I have to open more. I'm very curious what I'm capable of in like 2 meters, 3, 4 meters formats. large for me.
Okay, so something to look forward to.
Yes, yes. You have to make place clear for my large piece of art.
We'd like to see big phalluses.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to add to our audience, to our gay men across the world watching the only gay art gallery in the Middle East?
I think it's okay. It's wonderful that we have this gallery, and I think we are in a very complicated time, and it's complicated for all of us, for all humanity. I think we should stay together and stay open and not to be afraid to be who we are. I hope it will be peace. I hope for peaceful time. I'm sorry. And I believe that art can bring us together.
I hope that we get to see you in other festivals, big festivals, and residencies. You have your own solo show, because I think your art is brilliant. I really would like to thank you for participating in this exhibition, even though it's very niche. We're in a very specific niche, but I think you're doing very well. So thank you very much for your time.
I appreciate your niche.
Yes. Now we're gonna move on to my lovely friend Ben. Hello, my dear. Ben, can you tell me, first of all, a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? Where did you grow up? When did you start making art? And why do you make it?
First of all, I really like the psychedelic painting by Yana, and also the drawings. I think they're also kind of psychedelic with the hair.
Thank you.
For your question, I grew up in the north of the country.
Where?
Up in the north, a little settlement named Tzurit. There is no particular reason to know this place. I used to live in Jerusalem for 10 years, another 4 in Tel Aviv, and recently I came back to the north. The north called me to come back home. I need a place with view, air, and some basic stuff. Anyway, I think from the very first day, I can recognize myself. As far as I can remember, I was in the creating. As a child, I used to paint, and after it, I used to play on the piano, and after I went to acting classes, and after the high school, I went to Bezalel and I studied video art. And then I wanted to expand, and I study a little more from here and a little more from there. And I think what I'm trying to say is that in general, in my art, I tend to mix techniques and different mediums. It's some kind of an outcome of the fact that I had a lot of different artistic paths from the beginning. I hope that was coherent.
When did you start incorporating the whole gay idea in your work? Because, I saw you do those short films that are very much, the gay agenda is very present in your films. And also, I can see, in this piece that you put in the exhibition, that I really love this piece. It's winking like to David, by Michelangelo. Inspirational.
Yeah, first of all, I forgot to say about the first question. You asked something like, "Why do I create?" So I have a really short answer. I think without the creation, there is no point in living. For me, as I see it, maybe it sounds sad, but it's actually not. And about the second question you asked about the gay presence in my art. So first of all, I think that when I became like an official artist and when I came out from the closet, it was at the very same moment. I mean, my graduation film from Bezalel was about me as a gay soldier, as you know, in the Israeli army, and I tried to explore my own personal history as a gay man that need to go to the army and to
deal with, yes.
yeah, you need to somehow to manage it all because, as we all know, the Aram is a very materialistic environment, a lot of complications around it. And I think naturally, I try to ask question about myself in my art or about my sexuality in a very natural way because of the simple fact that I'm gay. It shows in my work. And also, I think regardless or not regardless of that, of the homoerotic and the beauty of the male body is something that I really love. I really like to to see, to create, to take pictures.
And I see also, I want to show the other work that you are presenting in this exhibition. Uh, I wanted to say that even though, it's very subtle, like it's very, it's not very sexual. I mean, you can see male, you know, corp bodies, yes, but it's not very, very sexual. Even the other one is like, it's a naturally naked guy in the pond,
Mhm.
there's nothing erotic about it. In this piece, I think that you're capturing specifically very essence of gay life in the city. A lot of gay men experience this specific moment as you shot it, like being in a danced club, in a dance club, shimmering lights, the strobe lights in your mind, and like you maybe
Yeah.
had a few drinks, everything is kind of blurry, very sexy. Did you mean to have this like that, or is just like it's by chance?
Uh, so I tell you what. First of all, about the first image, the bluish naked guy in the water. So yeah, you're right. It's kind of classic. It refers to Narcisse, the meter, the
Narcissus, yes.
yeah, that looks on himself in his own appearance reflection in the water, and he was so beautiful that he fell in love with himself, and also this bulge way the water made his body made it masculine, and very similar to David's statue. So it was kind of take on a classic art. But this one, yeah, it's much more modern. It was in a party in Romania, and these two guys are like kind of strippers, but in the
Go dancers.
what's the word in English for sachi? There must be a word like they're like Chippendales, something really
Yeah, like
awful.
like go-go dancers, but like
Yeah, it was kind of lame, their show. They were hot. And also, you asked, it was a complete mistake. I mean, when I'm taking photos in parties and in a situation with specific light conditions, I like to take the picture with the flash to have the picture, first of all, like taken by the flash. And then
and then
I
it's long exposure.
yeah, exactly. I keep the camera on long exposure to have this beautiful light inside. And by total mistake, it captures like the whole essence of being gay. As you said, these two naked guys, they look exactly the same with their fit body, hairless, beautiful chest, and the light from
Is
the party.
the question is like, did you mean to have them like only a torso with no head? Because this is what you see a lot of the times when you open Grinder. So it's very
Yeah,
funny.
so that's what I'm saying. It was a mistake, but because I couldn't plan at this very moment what will happen because I saw their faces, but it depends how long the long exposure took, so how many lights and from which direction they came. So they somehow, from by some miracle, it blurred only their heads, which
Do
was
they
amazing
know?
discovery.
Have they?
No, and then
No.
I discovered it after, and I said, "Wow, it's really good message." I mean, they have no identity. I mean, they look exactly the same. They don't have faces. And actually, these two guys asked me not to have their faces. was perfect. Sometimes you realize after you're doing something, you discover something you didn't even meant to do.
Ben, are we gonna see more films or more stills coming from your end? From maybe from the north, maybe something from a new creation?
Actually, I spoke with your guy, Daniel, and he want to do a film about the chill phenomenon.
Yes.
So we spoke in the phone and we had a very nice conversation. And right now that we very strongly consider to have some kind of cooperation and do some artistic, experimental, doco, whatever about it. And I actually wanted to do a movie about it like for a long time because I think first of all this phenomena is it's a disease. I mean it's some kind of plague that people lose themselves, and it is a very important topic.
You're
Yana
talking
spoke
about, I'm just gonna fill you in. You're talking about chemsex specifically, about like the whole like scene, the party
like
scene,
narcotic orgies.
narcotic.
And
Yes.
yeah, and also I think it might really fit my style of creation because I want to do something very abstract, devilish. I want to show the darkness of the experience of being junkie. I mean, because it's not just like, okay, I'm having fun and I need to sleep. It's darkness, and I want to show it. Like, I want to do a film which will look like a nightmare because that's what it is, and that's what someone that experienced the down after the drugs. That's what he feels.
Well, I have to say, from watching your film War Room, that's on the YouTube channel of Pan Art Gallery, I have to say that you do a very fine job in like portraying the nightmare of the military for a gay man, you know, that is a pacifist. And
I'm trying to show it, to speak about stuff like from a point of view of someone that had a dream and we just can see his dream.
would love to do an exhibition that corresponds with this topic, and you know, to have like artists create something that has to do with like the scene of chemsex. So thank you so much. If you want to say anything else to our viewers around the world, I see.
Take care.
Yes, be safe, be happy, be dry. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. If you want to support the gallery, there is a link, panartgallery.com. There is a recommended donation. You can donate, you can order a catalog, you can order a piece of art. Anything that, you know, supports the gallery financially helps this project to continue. So please, if you enjoy this content, if you like us, follow us, comment, share. By the way, I wanted to say that we are having a real issue with censorship. We are having a real issue with censorship on LGBT stuff, on gay art stuff. I can see that, I can feel it in the platforms of Meta and other Instagram and Facebook. And the other day I did a little reel, and she just muted me completely because she didn't like what I had to say. So you know, it's like it's really crazy. So if you like this content, please share it, comment on it, be a part of it. Thank you so much. Come by on Friday, we'll have a glass of wine on the art part.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Yana. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Ciao.
Thank you. Goodbye. Bye. Ciao.